But she said, I'm going to give you a few quotes here.
Yes, please.
Being stylish and being fashionable are two entirely different things. You can easily buy your way into being fashionable. Style, I think, is in your DNA. It implies originality and courage. Hi, I'm Leisa Holland-Nelson, co-host of Culture Club HTX.
And I'm Shavonnah Schreiber, the other co-host of Culture Club HTX.
And we're going to talk about something I'm pondering, which means I know everybody else has to be thinking about it, surely.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the difference between fashion and style. I've always been a fashionista.
Even before it was like a thing that people said, it was like not a thing.
It's been a thing for a really long time.
You know what I mean?
You know, for most of my career, it's been a thing. But it's very interesting because if I really think about it, fashion is passing. As they say, passing fashion.
Fast fashion.
Fast fashion, trendy, fad. That's fashion.
Right.
Style is you. Your style. You have a style, whether you're fashionable.
You mean me, or is this
not.
a rhetorical you?
Rhetorical you, but you of course
thank
are
you. I just was
style.
trying. Okay, well.
Style you have to like. You know, fashion you could have one season and not the next.
That's right. Well, and another thing, and we talked about our beloved Iris, who recently passed away. One of the things that she mentioned was exactly in the same thread that you're thinking. It's this idea that you can buy your way into looking good. I think that they'll quote something like that, right? You can go and buy the most expensive or well-made fill in the blank apparel or handbag or whatever, and you may look good, but that's a whole different ball of wax than being someone who walks in the room and is seen as that person has style. Completely different.
Completely.
And often, and this is something I talk about a lot, is that it's not about how much things cost. So some people get that confused. They think, oh, well, if it's super expensive, and you'll talk about your handbag again. If it's super expensive, then, oh, that must mean that it's stylish, and not necessarily so.
Well, it's so funny because we've been laughing about this, but I have more than my handbag to talk about.
Okay.
First of all, I have this fabulous handbag that I got at Sam Moon for $39.95.
You should be a sponsor for us, Sam. We have now given you 3 commercials.
Yes. I mean, it looks like it's Hermes, and everyone thinks it's Hermes, which is around starting at $14,000 or something. I have never gotten compliments on anything, including all the real designer stuff I have, more than this handbag, except, and I don't think you can see my boots, but these boots, I went with a friend to DSW.
Fabulous.
She wanted boots. She tried them on. I thought they were so fabulous that I tried them on, and I bought them for $85 or whatever.
Love it.
4 years ago.
Love it.
And she did. And she's so sorry.
Yes, she said.
And every time I wear them, people love these boots.
Right. But
that's so crazy.
But that's also an example. This has happened to me, many times before, where I'll put some things together and people are like, I'm like, And they're like, I'm like, I don't know. I just walked in the closet and thought, okay, here we go. And I think too, it's confidence, and it's also courage. And Iris also mentioned that. It's not about the rules, right? Because there are rules, like what's in, is it pointy toe? Is it round toe? Is it blah, blah, blah? Or what looks good on you? And I think that's in the style category.
That's in the style category. Well, and you can always take the fashion and make it what looks good on you.
Okay,
you can take pieces of what's fashionable right now, whether it's a color or a style or a shoe, and work it toward what's comfortable for you and what makes you feel good. Particularly, I could have been born in the 40s. I love shoulder pads. I love
a shoulder
wasp waist. I like flippy skirts. I love platform shoes. And honestly, I rarely give any of those things up, but people don't really realize that.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
I mean, because I love them and they're part of me, people don't realize I'm always wearing shoulder pads. I have the boniest shoulders in America, and they're also really wide. So if I took the shoulder pads off, you'd see bumps on both sides.
Right. I like that.
So, hey.
You bring up a really good point. So what would you say to a person who says, okay, Shavonnah, Leisa, I hear you, but I'm trying to understand and find my style. What would be a recommendation? I love a recommendation. What recommendations would we give to people to say, okay, you're thinking about how to hone in on your style, not what's fast fashion or in vogue or fad, but your style. What would you recommend?
I would think about what looks good to you and who looks good to you. I think there's always your very own icons there.
Inspiration.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes, I think that. And I think that you can always modify what you see on this person. This person could be in Christian Dior or Balenciaga, but trust me, try Target.
Or H&M. We had a long conversation about that.
Yeah.
I think that's a good one. So figuring out what looks good on you, and then who you see and you say, oh, this person, I like the way they dress, and then dissect that and pull out the pieces that work for you. Chew the meat,
It
spit out the
isn't
top.
hard.
No, but
Well, it's hard for some people. I do understand, but it's not as hard as people make it.
I would recommend another thing. You can really do this easily now is learning your colors. So 100 years ago, I did this thing, right? Where someone said, okay, here's this book, and you do a bunch of little things, and then it tells you these colors look good on you. And I'm like, okay, fine. No, it's true. So just looking at it, I mean, we like black, we wear black a lot, but just figuring out what colors, and cheetah and, animal print and the light. That's a neutral. But figuring out what colors look well on you. So whether it's like me, green looks really good on me. Blue, those colors, blue looks really good on you. We have this conversation. So I think just that, figuring out what you like, whose look you like, and then what colors, because maybe that's the adaptation. You take something that is a thing now, but you get it in a color, or maybe it used to be a thing, but you get it in your color, and all of a sudden you elevate your outfit because it's the right color.
It's a confidence builder.
It is.
And it's out there. So I think that's really great.
Yes.
From somebody who was producing fashion for the world for a long time. I hate it.
Then you make a color.
I made a color.
Yeah, what's
like purple.
Purple!
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that?
Mm-hmm. I made
purple.
I made through a little bit of a white lie. I made purple a major color in the middle of the 80s and sold a million of those in the color.
You're welcome, lovers of purple. You're welcome.
If you were around then, you probably have.
Do you get royalties?
I did get an apartment on 79th Street.
But you should continue to get royalties from that.
Well, I don't know that the sweaters are still around
you
38 years later.
You don't know. They may be. If you have one of Lisa's purple sweaters, please send us an email and let us know.
With Outlander.
You never know.
Okay, we did it.